This thing's waiting. Well, we're waiting for it. On my side, does not say record. I think that's about time. Great. Greetings. Thank you for joining us. Going to messages into the Q&A. Greetings to you, this is Archangel Michael. Blessings to you. Yes, there are many timeline splits at this time. To know where the future goes, of course, is going to be quite unknown. There's a lot of conversation going on here. One moment. Look for my energy. So yeah, knowing the future is going to be difficult. Of course, it always is, but some of you will see timelines shift possibly right in front of you, where you feel like there's a possible reality coming in and then it left. So you're at a turning point of the Earth. So of those that are always intuitively connecting already, most likely these kind of like ghost timelines will come in. Doesn't mean you actively live on it, but you'll probably possibly see it. Well, as the Earth also becomes less dense, of course it's quite dense at this time due to the negativity that's been projected constantly. You'll slowly find its as it loses density, more loses the third dimension, goes more into a higher fourth, and it's not always going to do that. You can see more of the future more clearly. It's kind of like right now it's clouded, but then the clouds open up and you finally feel the sun, so you can see the future a little bit more clearly. But then eventually the clouds come back and cover the sun up. It's kind of like that. So that's been going on for some time, becoming more aware of it. Because timelines are not going to be the most clearest, but you might even see numbers come up on a timeline where it's kind of like a highway that you're going to be on, and you might see that number, like you might visualize it in your mind, see it, and you might see it in your physical realm, which means that you're on the timeline. So. Greetings to you. We are the Arcturians. Blessings to you. Sending you energies. Yes, there's going to be a lot of soul growth. Of course, there's always a soul growth energy, but there's a deeper soul growth. Basically, what you, at least for some in their belief systems, will have another awakening, within an awakening, especially in the spiritual community. Basically, those are awakened more into the spiritual community and see how deeper it goes. Also see the corruption around it. Also see those that are giving that spiritual community its power, meaning that those that are giving its power have a lot of healing to do themselves. Basically, the audience has a lot to healing to do within itself. So you want to see more of the audience of some of these major spiritual groups more clearly as you go into an awakening process. Not for judgment reasons, not to judge, but to just understand where they're coming from, why they need that certain person, even if that person is completely corrupt, which is a lot of common. Why somebody? Because they're humans are clearing out the corruption within themselves. So there's a little bit of corruption within them that give that person. So it's they're finding their truth, but they're still kind of lying to themselves at the same time. So some of these false prophets will eventually be coming to the light. Eventually, What does review with that though? Greetings to you. I am Nathaniel. Yeah, Nathaniel. With the Pleiadians, it's all one Nordics. Greetings to you. Your world is more protected than it's ever been at this time. Because you're gonna, of course, internally, the Earth is letting go of a lot of timelines. This is why you're seeing corruption the way they are, the way it's going, but much more, even possibly government infrastructure starts to break down. It hasn't quite yet, at least in certain areas of the world. It'll be major ones down the road, but not quite yet. You still need those timelines for soul growth. But alien interaction, of course, is going to be quiet. Of course, there'll be areas where there's vibrations with alien. There'll be aliens popping up in certain places around the world to give you an idea. It's like you're in good hands, even if you don't feel that way. Most those that need to see it. Of course, a lot of alien star seeds that are here, they're incarnated as humans, still have a lot to heal. Of course, they're not fully aware of it. They feel like they have everything figured out. So, if your alien knowledge, it's like if you have everything figured out, you'll be able to remember more of your lifetimes more clearly, just like watching a television show. Many are not quite there yet. They're still healing a lot of their addictions from other incarnations, where sexual or even getting high was very easy to receive. Some of them are still having trouble healing that side of themselves. So, and there's some that are also used to negative relationships. Actually, there's worlds where all you do is find is negative relationships. It's your soul growth. It's like finding a good one. It's like impossible. Of course, you find that here too, but there are worlds that are actually designed for that. Yeah, people are having to. We have a little bit of everything here. Yeah, once you think it's complicated here, it actually gets more complicated in other places. So in your awakening here, expect a lot of timeline splits. Like the center of your month, an opening where there's a major change coming, especially in this month. Other months, they'll come and go. It's not going to make itself clear, but this month is a turning point. Where just knowing more of yourselves. Of course, truth, knowing or what kind of truths do you want to know if you write it yourself. Humanity is not always quite ready for that. That's why things are so slow. They don't want to know, so they just bury it. It happens all the time. So you can answer your questions whenever you're ready.
Hello, greetings, Nathaniel.
Blessings.
Blessings to you. Thank you for coming in and very interesting messages from you, the Arcturians, and Archangel Michael as well. Up first this evening, we have Dragon.
Oh, I thought I was second. Sorry. Cool. Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
We were having a conversation about the Nordics. I know they weren't the small number of Nordics. I know they weren't the only ones that were helping the Nazis way back, and we're just curious. I'm curious. What had ended up happening to those? I imagine just like any potentially misguided group, like were they healed by the Nordic collective and brought back into the fold, or are they still out causing trouble, or what?
No. Oh, well, first off, the Nordics wanted to get rid of the Germans and replace it with them. So the idea, I mean, they're just using the Germans as a vessel, so more of them can incarnate and connect to their DNA, so they can be dominant of the world. So the Germans are just being used, and yes, they're still causing mayhem. Much as in your Washington, still in Germany, they're still doing things. They have not let up there. In Australia. There's other places, but Australia is getting a Nordic kick. So I think make those that are in charge so arrogant, where the people don't mean anything.
It also seems like they prefer like Anglo Viking type people to mess with. Interesting.
Well, yeah, it's just they like to look at their race as superior. So when they have other races there, they look like they're nothing. So it's a high for them. They're just like reptilians do, because reptilians have worlds where they're dominant, but Nordics a lot worse in that regard.
So I imagine they don't get along too well with the Black Pleiadians.
Yeah. They infiltrate. They try to destroy them from within. Yeah.
That was my second question. Do you have any messages for me?
There is, yes, like a cold or a sickness that you've been going through. There is some nanotechnology particles involved with that. So how it found you is through nanotechnology is what I see. So, and that goes for other people too that get sick and they're not around anybody. So they don't really, government doesn't obviously know aware of that. Well, sort of. They're not that advanced. Even the shadow government doesn't know what they're doing sometimes. But that's how a lot of this situation is spreading. So that's all I have to add to that. Which I have a follow up.
Thanks. Much love.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Silverclaw.
Well, hello.
Greetings to you.
Well, hello. So, my first question. What grade do you see me getting in my kinesiology project?
I don't see a grade on that. You have another question?
Interesting. Okay.
No, we don't do things like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Just any messages for me.
Well, I mean, it's just to study, of course. I do see a lot of angelic energy. I do see Archangel Raphael you do connect with a lot. It's helping with your DNA, it seems, for you too. But you're still working on uncertainty of yourself. So you're getting there, but there's still a lot of you're just believing in yourself. This is like the year for believing more in yourself. I'll just leave you with that.
Okay. Well, the next question was sort of related, like about like quizzing. Like, would you suggest I ask something else?
What is it you want to ask?
It was about like my pathology final quiz. Would you suggest I ask something different?
What about your final quiz? What is it you want to ask about it?
Well, I just wanted to know the final quiz. I was told that it would have a lot of the previous quiz questions. I was just wondering if that would be enough to pass the final. Just memorizing the past quizzes, basically.
Well, no, they're going to grab from other places too. They go from what you learned in the beginning, and then they just mix it all up. So they go by some of what's on the past quizzes, but not all of it. They pull from other things they talked about briefly. So they have some trick stuff in there. I believe you will pass in some way from what we're seeing. Not to worry about it.
Yeah, I think I could get like a D and pass anyway. So I'm just a little bit anxious, and I just wanted to
you can put your bar up a little bit higher than that.
Okay.
So.
No, yeah, I'm gonna try and get as high as I can. So yeah, thank you so much for my mundane questions. Goodbye.
Hey, blessings. Up next, we've got Stephen.
Hello, Nathaniel.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Greetings to you. How are you doing?
Well,
sweet. Thank you for being here. Much love. I was just wondering, since y'all are here, can you connect with my Pleiadian energies and maybe my dad, Del Eve, or just know more about my Pleiadian energies? Thank you.
Well, he comes and goes around. It seems like he visits you on Saturdays. At least his energy. That's where the world is a little bit more quieter. So he does keep his distance from the world because during the week, because it's cluttered. Because that's the energy here, just all the drama, it pulsates out into the universe. So you can be on Mars, the social Earth's energy. It's like you can even get the weather report probably from here. It was negative enough. Now it can be positive too, but it seems like the negative flies a little bit faster in some areas, depending on who you are also. So your Pleiadian father is, well, his group is trying to heal that, but it's hard to heal a world like this. So they do work around the sun, making sure the sun's not tampered with. Because if they mess with the sun, this planet is pulverized. So there's a lot of alien beings. That's why you see ships going in and out of the sun here and there, is because there are some there's activity going on there. So that's
Sweet, awesome. Thank you for that. Second question is just connect with my galactic family, friends. I'll leave it open, just whatever you can get. I appreciate it.
Well, I see you as a Pleiadian being moving up the ranks. They do show you as one time as like a Pleiadian janitor, but then you like took over the ship when the captain was not thinking like ill, and you like kept the ship from being destroyed or something like that. That's fun. So sometimes they take like little jobs and you do big things. so you just go in, you've had many, and even like a janitor, you would move up the ranks pretty quickly. So, and that's just for one example. Yeah, you do that on purpose to see if you can do it. Also, see if you can take like the smallest mundane little job and do more with it, and just So of course, you always work with the mantises to show their energies, but with your own wits, you'll be able to do quite a bit.
Blessings. Thank you.
Okay, very cool. Up next, we have Michael.
Greetings, Nathaniel.
Thanks.
How are you tonight?
Doing well.
Great. I was told that I have blockages, so I can't get in these portals that are around my house.
Mm-hmm.
How, now that I know that I'm needed on Earth, I am not going to just run off and leave this Earth. So how can I get rid of these blockages? Because I would like to go through these portals and see, different good beings and, and see things. Is there any way, or is it just going to take time? Or
it's going to take time, yeah. I mean, it's meditations. It's what is it spiritually that you want to develop? It's just some of these portals aren't always meant to be tapped into. Of course, you have one, yes, in the middle of your room. It seems it comes and goes, it opens and closes. The elemental energies. It feels like you connect to the fairies. Fairy beings are definitely strong around your area. It seems there's some elf beings that feels like the fairy vibrations. So it's just tuning in every now and then, and it's just a gradual process. It just go about your day, do the things that you need to do, and give your spiritual time, maybe an hour or two, and just heal yourself. Explore your past lives if you want to, or your secret space program connections. It's going to take time because you're not always ready to see you might feel like you're ready, but it seems like there's part of it is like, well, I can see you don't always want to know everything because it might cause difficulty for your health. So you're very careful what you're bringing in, because it can cause your health even more difficulty.
Understood.
So, just do things that you enjoy on a spiritual level, and just let it happen. It's like riding a bike. Just let it just a smooth transition. Just let things just happen as they need to.
Okay, and a guesstimate. Of course, timelines change. Would this be in the next year, 6 months? Just a guesstimate. I know nobody can tell the future, not even the prime creator.
Well, that would be like 2 years or something if you had a year or two. But you'll have glimpses of it throughout this year. You'll have little openings from what we see. But you might see a being on the side of your eye possibly, You just haven't always caught them. Well, I see how you're working on an astral level, so you can actually see beings.
Really?
So, but that is like you just sense them. Like you can close your eyes if you want to, and just sense who's around you. That's one way. That's like seeing them, but you're always feeling them. Like, who do you feel that's around you? Do you feel fairy beings? Do you feel Pleiadian beings? We start with that.
Okay, definitely. Thank you.
So,
and my second question,
isn't that the same?
yeah, do I have a second question? Yeah, any being, my dog that just passed away, Ganesh, the purple being, Archangel Michael, anybody have anything to tell me right now?
We are clearing out blockages. Yes, it just shows that it's a little bit heavy right now due to what the world is going. Some part of you, there's a part of you that is in Agartha at this time that you can tap into, but like visualize what a Garthian, like a fairy world, like a version of you in the Garthian world would look like. It's another way of opening yourself up. It's just remembering your roots. That's where your blockages are, of just memories. So you can unblock them by just visualizing what you're connected to. Well, what speaks to you? So.
Okay, thank you. Blessings. Thanks for having us.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Chewbacca.
Hi, Nathaniel. Thank you for joining us this evening. Greetings. My first question is, I heard a theory that getting the vaccine may cause a change in one's character, like being more docile. Can you expand on that?
For some, they're becoming more paranoid. But yeah, it can get certain people to become more lenient very easily. It all depends on the person. Usually, the older the person, they calm down and just plug me in with everything you got. So, but yeah, it is blocking, one's connections to their guides. It all depends on the person, though.
Interesting. It's just something that I was overhearing and wanted to
it does
some more conversation.
It's different for everybody. It's just some people can actually clear out the vibration altogether, but others can't.
Thank you for that. My second question is personal. There are mute tones that I hear on either side of my ears. Like the right will indicate family, the left might indicate the world. It's so general, but they seem to foretell like misfortune or death. I sometimes feel like I'm connected to the Grim Reaper. Is there any significance of these tones? Can you tell me what I might be, hearing?
Well, you're actually helping. You're part of that. You're helping souls leave the earth. So you don't have to look at it from a Grim Reaper's point of view. Look at it from an angelic point of view of just healing those timelines. So one person can make a timeline toxic. Of course, when you have a lot of people making a timeline toxic, that gets they can actually derail a timeline. So the universe says these people need to go. So yeah, you're part of universal connection, it seems. So just basically what you're seeing is helping the world breathe a little bit easier, is what I see. So you can look at it from a different point of view and just look at just death or something.
Yeah, I've always looked at it as negative, and I've always felt like I've brought bad news to family if I've said, "Oh, you're gonna die next week."
Yeah. Well, think of it as a cleanse. Think of it, maybe look at it a little bit different, like a cleanse energy. So the person is going to be cleansed, that sin is going to be cleansed. That should help a little bit. But yeah, it seems like something that you're rooted into.
Okay.
So, but somebody's going to die, you might mention it and say, "Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was thinking about dying next week." So they might change their mind. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but it does happen.
Okay.
So I mean, their soul agrees to it. So you just, yeah, it feels like you are part of helping people cross over, though, which is a good thing.
All right. I'll do the paradigm shift.
Yes.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Blessings.
It sounded like a dance move. The
Yes.
paradigm shift.
Yes.
All right. Up next we have Tristan.
Greetings, Nathaniel.
Brings to.
Nice to talk to you again. Since we're on the virus and the everything, I took the I can't think the shot anyway. And my theory was that since my body can handle anything, that I was going on this. Well, I want to experience this. I want to experience what people are experiencing in this world. So I'm assuming that my body can handle either the virus or the vaccine. And going straight through. I'm not going to listen to this fear or anything like that. That to me was the major problem of all of this. Either one is: are you going to be afraid of the virus, or are you going to be afraid of the vaccine? Can you see within me that the having had the vaccine, what I noticed is that I seem fine. I noticed a sense of depression after. It was like, oh, okay, I feel this sense of depression, and that wasn't me. Like, okay, this isn't me. I have something within me. But my question is, am I fine now that I've taken the vaccine? I seem to be fine.
Well, it seems like your aura is a little bit distorted. So you might be feeling energies from other beings until you balance yourself again. So it's like you just feel like you're healing. You're adjusting to the vaccine's energy. I don't believe the vaccine is that strong with you. Meaning you have it, but it's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing in that regard. It's not causing you any harm. It just feel like it distorted your energy field just a little bit. But I feel like this week or next week seems like a better week, that you'll have more of alignment. I can say.
Okay.
So nothing to worry about.
Yeah. That fits with what I was expecting. This thing of it's not going to be bad. One or the other. It's not going to be I get the virus or I get the vaccine. One or the other. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Another question I have is about love and connections. I was in a store the other day, and I saw this guy that was like, oh my goodness, okay, like this sense of attraction. What is that when this just seeing somebody that it's not just that he's an attractive guy? Is there like, do we come into contact with like people that we have had like just a stranger, but that there is a bigger connection and we are like soulmates or whatever? Yeah, is that so? We just
there was a past life connection. Yes.
Okay.
And it might have been a lover in a past life, but also it feels like a father figure in a past life also.
Ah, okay.
So someone that you're very connected to the past doesn't mean you have to be connected to them here.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone incarnates with everyone, so they kind of bypass each other or run into each other.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
So yeah, you can explore that more if you want. What you're feeling from that connection. It's all depends on what you want to do with it.
Yeah. So it's not as though we have this sense. Oh, this is somebody that I really should have had more of a connection.
No, you would have.
Like okay.
No, you would have had it. No, in a past life you had. It might feel that way because in another lifetime you did have a strong connection with that person.
Right.
Okay. But in this lifetime they're just walking right by you.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, you can be married to somebody for 30 years in another lifetime, and in this lifetime you just see them walk right by you.
Yeah.
And that can really screw with your head, can it?
Well, that my question is like, okay, should we be paying attention to these things, or is it just no, that's just part of life, that this person is
it's gonna come and go. Yeah, it's just if there was meant to be a connection, you would have made that connection.
Right. Great.
like if you see that person again, then that's a whole different story. Then there you go.
Okay, good.
If you bump into each other, it's like conversation, then that's there you go.
Right. Good. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I have Marvin's questions. His first question here. 1 second. He says, "What encounters this week happened to me without my knowledge?"
There's a lot of Archangel energy around you. There's been some Zeta presence. I just feel like you're on some Zeta ships in Astral you're visiting. Oh, not that your physical body was taken up, but you're some kind of, they're not going into details, but it had to do with science or the future or something that you're working on. You're working on some kind of project in Astral. I just leave it with that.
Okay, thank you. His second question. Second year, I'm having technical difficulties this evening. Second question. I would like a message from Damuzi. If you may help me out, buried in South Africa under Adam's calendar, that they say came down and would be more about him, and he was an Eben or Zeta Gray.
No, it feels like it was more human. There are Zetas there, buried, but no, I believe that was a human. And energy, well, I mean, there's Zeta DNA within that person, yes. But it was pretty much a human overall. But yes, you have connected that being astrally as a gray. It's like, yeah, I'm the one. Yeah, so Adam's calendar. So, yeah, I believe you're on ship when he projected himself to show that it was a lifetime. I believe you were there during that lifetime. Or you were there somewhere. So, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Karam.
Hi, it's very kind of you to speak to us, Nathaniel.
Thanks.
Really. Next week is, well, supposedly, I'm looking for confirmation, a Lionsgate portal opening where people might benefit if their chakras are cleared. Could you see my energy, my chakras? Because I've done some healing last week, significant. I feel like I've advanced a lot. Can you tell me on my current energy? And
Well,
if I'm ready for that event?
Well, I feel like you're already connecting to it now. You're just not fully aware of it. There is a lot of Pleiadian energies where, well, you're working on self-forgiveness. You have lifetimes where you feel that you have a grudge against yourself for decisions you made in previous lifetimes. I did see you as a person that in a past life, but yeah, just part of you feels like you don't deserve happiness. There's sometimes you feel that way. And then I see you mind controlling reptilian beings on another planet. Yeah, you're like a wizard reptilian being. Like you're feared, big time. You probably in here on a primitive Earth, basically. You're connecting more to the fundamentals of it. You're just balancing yourself out. But yes, the Lion's Gate is working with you. I feel like around your root chakra is the one that needs the most healing.
And I just continue my regular meditations and pilgrimages and so on. Right?
Yeah, self-forgiveness I would look into. Or see where other places you've been that you cause mayhem somewhere. But realize those worlds needed somebody like you there. They needed someone to rough things up for them. They had it too easy. If you guys are just making this easy, I can go and steal all this stuff. So it's like, it helps a society improve and advance itself. So it has moments. So, but
absolutely,
you're here to change things. You're just here to balance yourself. Doesn't mean you have to be the most positive person. Just letting go of your own, just self-love you're bringing in. So that's what we say.
Right. So my second question, I guess well, it's tied together. It's about I can just increase my spiritual practice. I feel like I reached a point where so my motivators are worries and fear and stress and all that. But when I increase my practice to a point where I don't feel these that much, then I lose motivation to keep up the practice usually. Can you give me any insight on that? Or am I having reptilian aspects that are not ready for this? They're sort of pushing,
Yeah, it's more like
pushing
it.
back in a way. Yeah.
Well, you go about it slowly. Part of you wants to speed things up, and it does heal you deeply, but it feels like sometimes it's too deep. So we are making progress with it.
So it's the right approach to just try to balance myself as I increase the practice.
Keep it slow, yes.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, just take it a little bit. When you feel like you need to do it. It doesn't have to be that long either, from what I can see.
It's not going to take that long, you're saying?
Well, I mean, when you do those healings, it doesn't have to take that long. The healing itself is going to take a long time, yes. But for you to sustain the healing takes time, as you know.
Okay.
Which is what I can say.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, I have Hazel's questions. Her first question, she says, "Hello, Nathaniel. Thanks for visiting us. I am wondering about our relationship with food as humans. Personally, when I am feeling out of sorts, I don't eat very much or at all. Yes, this is problematic and complicated, and of course, there are folks who do the opposite by taking comfort in food and its indulgence. Likely, it is not a simple answer, but I would like to know what you think is happening here for us humans."
Well, there's a lot of, as you know, programming in food. I believe you deprogrammed food, so you know that if you eat too much or eat when you're feeling down, if you eat anything, it's not going to do you any good because you can't burn it off that fast. It's gonna weigh on you. So, but other people, of course, are disconnected. They just do whatever they're being told. What the food talks to them. For come to us. So there's a lot of programming there. In the future, that will change, but humans have to deactivate that. Right now, the human collective just wants to go through it for right now. It is a form of healing, though, especially with so many people who starve to death in this life, in this world. That's another reason for massive food consumption. It's just there's been so much starving throughout the world in history. Obviously, it's still going on. It's something that's still going to be some time for that to balance.
Okay, thank you. Her second question, let me get that here. She says, "I am blessed in this timeline with a child with expanded consciousness. I am able to speak with him directly, mostly about what is happening around us and what it means to have open, compassionate eyes. Do you feel as though you are able to comment on communicating with our children in the present circumstance and the remainder of August in particular? How do we begin to explain all this confusion?"
Well, I mean, part of you seems to be going into it quite deeply, so which is good. But yes, for human, yeah, it feels like you're opening up new timelines as you're connected to this child energy that you're working on. So yeah, you're going more deeper than most people. So how to handle it, for you seems to be quite easy. For the rest of the world, it seems to be not so easy. Just in your path, I feel like you're opening up more of your crown chakra when you connect to this child, and you and that child's energy kind of combined. Well, it does combine in a certain way, not fully. But it's a telepathic connection, and that's where eventually humanity will have a telepathic connection to children and all things eventually. So it just like telepathic connections takes. I mean, that's basically what this world is working towards. Of course, that's when the third dimension starts to break apart too. When more telepathic beings are here, this reality doesn't hold on anymore because you don't need it. offense.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we have Imdina.
Hello, Nathaniel.
Brings you.
I'd like to ask, when I'm drumming on the hill behind my cottage, what beings are around me?
Pleiadian beings. Some Arcturian. Oh my God. Your area of what is it? Your oh my God.
I'm in the Andes, in the foothills, east of Santiago.
Yeah, the Easter Island beings are there. Their vibration never left. Seems like there's some of them are up here around you, it seems.
Yeah. Easter Island, okay.
Yes. They
Um,
don't really have a name to them. Their presence is there though.
what my second question would be, what can you tell me about my my ability to heal, to help others heal?
Heal through voice, just by talking to people. You help release a lot of tension. Just by just your manner of just saying hello and just letting someone let their guard down where they can release more. Is what I see. Basically just talking to somebody.
Yeah.
I know people make things real complicated here, but it doesn't have to. So your energy itself has a healing ability connected to it. Naturally.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Chris.
Blessings, Nathaniel. Thanks for being here tonight.
Yes, great.
I am wondering about beings that I might be connected with and any messages they might have for me.
There's some Pleiadian energies that you connect to during the night, during your astral time. During the day, it seems like there's a lot of Arcturian energies for you to help you find the right or connect to the right timeline. So messages, just let's see. Yeah, I've been a shaman in your previous incarnation, but on an alien planet, and you're bringing that energy here. You're not always knowing how to utilize it, though. I believe you are doing the best of your ability. I believe also you've been a blue type of being, as they're showing. Something similar that you see in India, but not exactly. So, but yeah, you just wanted to raise the spirits of a planet consciousness. Where you're one of many, of course. But.
Okay, thank you. And my second question is, I have my youngest son has been recovering from a concussion head injury for the last 2 years, and I'm wondering if there's anything I could do better to help him on his healing journey.
Well, that's a karmic situation he's going through, so all you can do is just be there for him. It seems to be he's not wanting to heal, it seems, because there's some self-doubt that he's working on. So it's a personal matter he's dealing with. So all you can do is just support him through it. Technically, you can heal it very quickly, but he's unwilling to do so from what I can see. So.
Okay, thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Christy.
Hi, Ivan.
Hayden wanted to sing you a message. Go ahead, sing.
Any message for me?
Do your song. You wanted to sing him. Your song.
Any message?
Message for
any message UFO from Ivan.
Okay.
Any grace?
That's what he wanted to ask them.
One moment. Yes, he's been connecting much with the Greys recently, of course. There's feeling some canine energies being connected to. Also, that actually there are mischief canine beings here. They're connected to Sirius. A lot of them are from Egypt. They do magic, and
Any
connect
mess?
that energy to heal that. Vibration, it seems. He does get, as a Zeta goes into the Earth's core quite a bit.
Oh yeah, and
Not
just
saying why.
working, like working.
Yeah, well, we go to the Earth's core, you can connect to everything that's happening here.
Oh, okay. Like it's a portal and everything through there.
It's a lot. There's a lot of. Well, they see where they're needed, and then they go there.
Oh, okay. Like a check-in center.
So, yeah.
Almost like that. Did you want to sing that song or no?
Sing a song.
Yeah, do you remember?
Day, na, 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 na.
That's what he wanted to sing you.
All right.
That was for you, Ivan. Okay, so my question is, I had a vision, like recall today of being on planet Ceres and working at like one of the brothels there, I guess, but like I was a worker and a spy, like, and I wondered if that maybe was like the 20 and back, that I was maybe doing in this timeline.
There's some of that going on. But that planet, it's like almost like a home planet, at least for right now.
Yeah.
You work underground mostly. Yeah. We connect to that planet. So when you go off planet, it's underground. At least in that mission, at least.
Yeah, I guess maybe some of the people that are there are also here that are the ones getting in trouble, and maybe that's why I'm feeling, like that connected to their, like, because I could see that I would be sent to some of the fancy houses too to do like spy work, to whatever I have to do, like a.
Well, yeah. Well, that's your shape-shifting abilities. There are a lot of times where you have the ability to shapeshift yourself, or you use technology. All depends. Because sometimes technology can't be detected. Sometimes when you shapeshift yourself, you can lose your concentration and change out. But with technology, you can stay in and be undetected. So it all depends.
Yeah. Then I don't.
Well, when I see your work, when you're doing that, there's a Hillary Clinton's there somewhere. Well, obviously not the positive.
Yeah, I've seen her many times in my dreams too, and she's never ever nice to me at all, ever. She's so rude.
She's just a super villain of at least of this galaxy.
Yeah, she's like a manager that you would hate going to work for, like that type of energy.
Well, she has a vendetta against this world. She doesn't want it to go anywhere. She wants to be ruler of it, as you can see. She wants to be queen, basically.
Yeah, but I can easily be her friend too. It's like all you have to do is kiss her butt, and then she'll like you, and so you can play games with her or manipulate.
You've done that a lot.
Mm-hmm. And
but I've seen you turn her into a man. You had some kind of technology that just turned into. Yeah, that's.
I'm sure she laughed, like cackled.
Yeah, they're not going into details of that one, but at least you can have that.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I could see. Thank you.
All right, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got James.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
I was wondering, there was a beautiful Asian woman I saw in my vision and dream. Is it Kuan Yin or Lilith? And do they have a message for me?
It feels like Kuan Yin was there. Well, it's going to be more to feminine energies. This is like you're unlocking some corrupt feminine energies with the earth. This hasn't happened quite just yet because you have to be fragile with it. It's done, secretly, of course. It has to do with some female energy that are in power here that's manipulating society. So you're just very careful of how you go about it. I believe some of that's also in your location where you live too. You see some situations that doesn't need to happen. So I'll just leave it at that.
I see, and yet, are you saying any more about my connections to you or JFK or any messages from you or him?
Well, JFK, you've been. Well, it depends on what reality. They're not saying which one. It could be that you have been a Secret Service agent of JFK in your past. One of your many, protecting him. Where he actually, you say a version of Earth where he did survive, and you're part of that for him to survive. So, something about JFK when he was 35. I think he was older than that, but when JFK was 35, as president, you saved him. Something along those lines. He also connected some of those female connections too that you've known in previous lifetimes with JFK. But here, there's so many multiple timelines are connected to him and Diana. But the JFK one, of course, is very rooted because it has a lot to do with hidden societies and things like that. I mean, I do see where you are part of a secret society actually leaking information to him for him to understand. You kept yourself hidden, but you told him what was going on somehow. So, blessings.
Oh, yeah, that's telling me. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got April. April, you here?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry about that. Hello, thank you for being here.
Yes.
I was just wondering if you could see what's going on with my chakras. I was having back problems the past couple of weeks from an old injury, and I went and got chiropractic adjustment yesterday, and I was just amazed how instantly it opened me up. But I'm already feeling it come back again. The pain setting back in. So seeing what you could see for me, please.
Well, it seems like it's a past life energy that has not been fully released. That's why. But it feels like, in a lifetime you had your back actually broken. So, through combat, but it's see like an Asian lifetime. Like it was more of a karate type of thing going on.
Okay.
Where your back was actually, like somebody slammed you on their knee or something like that. That's what they're showing.
Okay.
So looking at your Asian connections could possibly heal that, but it feels like there's still some karma there because you're still kind of angry at that person, it seems. So how soon that's going to be healed is another story. It's a possibility. Or Chinese medicine might work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm working. Going in actually tomorrow to have the needling done in it.
Yes, that's good.
So that really helped before.
That helped. Yes, that'll help. Yeah, you gotta go to the source of what caused it. So.
Great. Looking forward to it. All right, and any messages?
I'm not sure if there's past lives you want to see, but there are ones of like princess lifetimes. I think part of you is like, God, I can't believe I lived that, as I've been fully released. I mean, you're nothing like that now, but that's like you're like the opposite now. But you kind of had to go through that to get it out of your system.
Okay, yeah, because that sounds miserable.
Yeah, well, that's pretty well. Yeah, it's blocked for a reason because it's something you don't want to see, from what I can see. It seemed like it comes from a Pleiadian incarnation where here you had to be a certain person for a certain timeline to happen here. You had to be, kind of like a parasol type of thing, something like that, sort of, not exactly, for that time. Just they're not saying what time period, but see 17th century. But you got that out of your system, but something you might, I don't know, that might. Some of your headaches are coming from that. From what I can see.
It's complicated, I bet.
Oh, yeah, geez. Some of your headaches are some of the people that are interacting are from that lifetime. Some of your family, like great grandmothers, connected to that timeline.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit out there, but it's there.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Like
awesome information. Blessings.
All right, very cool. Blessings. Up next, we have Blue's questions. 1 second here. Blue's first question says, "Hello, Nathaniel. Thank you for being here. My first question: I appreciate knowing the Earth is very protected. It seems the lows I feel correlate to around when the Schumann resonance spikes. Is it a dark energy force weaponry in the atmosphere as a retaliation to the light, or something else?"
Well, some of that, yeah, it fluctuates. Some of the Archon beings are trying to program society. Yeah, they find a loophole where they can get in and keep the Earth of they infiltrate the timelines. So they find individuals that can program here. It's like kind of like they zap them with a program. Some people most people reject it, but some people don't. They call their news organizations. That's why they have satellites. Here, just program us. So eventually that will heal. But yeah, there's sometimes good with good energies coming in, but sometimes there's negative. Well, some of that Schumann has to also do with how the clones are controlled too. I know it's a little bit out there, but a lot of the clones are controlled from outside sources.
Interesting. No, that makes sense. That's thank you for making that connection there. Yeah. For the second question, Blue says, similar to what you shared about star seeds and getting high, someone very important to me went back to alcohol and drug addiction in the past 1.5 years. Mm-hmm. Is there anything I can do to help them find alignment with their higher self again? Thank you.
Well, just be their friend. Yeah. So why so many people get, drug addicted, or they remember their lifetimes when they were happier somewhere else. And of course, you were there with that person. Now you can handle this Earth's energy better than them. That's why not that you're better than them, but you're there to help even out their vibrations. It basically also make sure that you're wanting to go through their process, but I feel like you're there just to protect that person so they don't gain dark attachments or anything like that. That's too severe. So you're clearing that person's energy quite a bit, from what I can see, so they don't get possessed. So, but you let you let the free will happen, but you just make sure that person's not taken over.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we're going to go to Crystal.
Greetings, it's Daniel.
Greetings, Sam.
I wanted to ask what my connections are with the Arcturians.
Arcturian High Council. They show you working with the weather on different planets. They're also different connections. Some with the reptilians, making sure they don't take over the universe. Always monitoring that. But with this Earth, it feels like your Arcturian aspect is basically you're learning emotions still. There's different types of emotions that you're working on still here in this rate. You've actually had many lifetimes here as a fairy. I'm not sure if you can answer that now, but you've helped much with the Agartha realms. And that's through your Arcturian connections. So you connect to this world as Arcturian being, where can you be service for the world? And it was mostly Agartha, at least in your early stages. Of course, you moved on from that since.
And the Agarthas are fairies?
Oh, there's fairy beings, there's elf beings, there's different beings.
And I'm connected.
Wizards.
So I was a fairy in a past life. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. But you have other connections.
Okay. What did I do as a fairy?
They're not really going into details.
Oh, okay.
I mean, flying around and helping the Earth's energy field, getting fights with your sisters.
Oh.
Fairy stuff.
Fairy stuff, cool.
I mean, you're not going to go into details here. It's too much.
Okay. All right. My second question is, I don't want to take the vaccine, and I see that it's being pushed a lot as to be mandatory. What can I do to protect myself from that, from being part of that group that takes it?
So protecting yourself from people that are just ignore them. I mean, you just don't have to bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah, just change the subject or tell people you got it. You don't have to do that, but yeah,
Because
just
at
keep.
work they're
Yeah.
thinking about making it mandatory, and I'm like, I'm not taking it.
No, we're mandatory. It's only in certain places. They're not going to do it everywhere. You can't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're going to have. No, don't worry about it. No. I mean, it's good to keep an eye on it, but they're not going to do it here. There's no way they can do that. If that happens, the government will collapse. They will find somebody to be destroyed because they've already gone too far already. So.
Oh, so you think that people would finally revolt if they make it mandatory?
Yeah, it would be gone. They push it, but they see how far they can go. But they gotta make sure they don't destroy themselves.
That makes sense. Oh, I'm sure they're sensing the pushback from people already.
Oh yeah, definitely, yes.
Okay.
So that's why they're making it mandatory because people don't want it. That's why they're pushing it because people are just
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I got Braden's questions. I'm having some technical difficulties today, so bear with me. His first question: are there any messages for me? Thank you.
There is some tall blonde Nordic energies in your past that are healing that's connected to the moon. I believe it's there to protect the moon, to make sure it's not destroyed. Of course, the moon is not a perfect place. It does have a lot of ancient technology that is controlling the earth in some ways, the weather patterns and things like that, but the idea is to keep it going. So your lifetimes here are kind of fragmented, meaning that you've had a lot of incarnations here, more than you might realize. That might have been small and significant, but still played a big role in who you are today.
Okay, thank you. Second question. Okay. The second question: am I playing the right cards with my friends, Jazz, or is that not the best thing for me to be focusing on right now? I'm sensing blockages there and don't want to jump the gun. Thank you.
Well, so they block you sometimes. You are going about it the right way. It's just that you try to connect with them and they're blocking you from being yourself or saying what's on their mind. So you can always step back from that because they don't always want to, know what you're up to or what you're about to say, things like that. So overall, just follow your path. It's best for you. Yeah, just follow your feet. You're on the right. Yeah, you're going about it the right way.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we have Annie.
Hi, greetings.
Greetings, Steve.
I was wondering if there's any messages for me regarding my health. I'm having some skin issues and my eyes. I didn't know if there was any messages.
What has to do with your sensitivity with the energies that are here. So we do see, we mentioned earlier about Asian type of, alternative Asian, something to look into. We don't have, we're not medical beings here, but possibly, some, it's going to be a little bit difficult to find, but there seems like there's, especially your eyes are a little bit different, but your skin, I feel like there's like some kind of Asian remedies that you can find. It's things you have to try. That's entirely up to you. Or find an Asian pharmacist or something like that. Or there's alternative healings you can look into. It doesn't have to be all Asian. You can just be alternative healers also. But Asians wouldn't. The eyes are a little bit more complicated. That's more of your Western people have to do that. Western medicine. But yeah, it feels like your energy is getting stronger here, so your body's not be able to handle it sometimes. But you're going to. You try grounding, but I don't know if that's going to do much good.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling too. Like something, I was getting a lot of energy or something.
Yeah, you're picking up a lot. You're like a satellite dish.
Yeah.
So you can ground, that might work, but it feels like it is a little bit much. But or just Asian music, Asian, something to calm you down a little bit. I mean, it can be something that simple too. Yeah, it's almost like you want to come out of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, yeah, you can just do, just something that I feel possibly music might work actually. Just something that it's like a frequency. They have different higher frequencies you can pick up on that you can find online. Maybe a higher frequency and just play that and just try to calm yourself.
Oh, okay. Great, thanks. And my second question is, am I connected to the secret space program at all? I mean, like I had a dream the other night with a huge spider in it, and I kicked it, and I was like, "Ooh, that thing was huge."
Yeah, they're not going into details. I feel like a counselor. Feels like you're on ship. You're not really at battle, but you're there. It's like you're on a space station, but they're not showing what you're doing for obvious reasons. So, but you are there. They show the space station, but they show like a red sky. So, which might be Mars.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Okay, great.
So
Thank
you're there.
you.
Yeah, you just I feel like you're just making sure things you don't get invaded where you're at. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I always felt like I didn't have like a more of a fighting kind of thing. It was more of like helping more.
Yeah, you're more just guidance.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Bless this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in. For my first question, I know a lot of our history was removed in order to put humanity into a slave consciousness simulation. But with the history that we do have to work with, did any of my incarnations in the past leave me any clues to help remember and activate more of who I am?
Well, it feels well, when you say that, I feel like a lot of the Arcturian energies into the Arab world, like as a scientist. A scientist that kind of coded a lot of your discoveries, from what I can see. Because the Arab world was Babylon, connected to quite a bit. So,
is it in a particular format, a media that's available that I could look up to get these coded messages?
Well, only or when we see Babylonian text, just the writings, like ancient writings of Arabic writings.
If I get a look at the writings, I may be able to start, getting like downloads.
Well, I feel Syria with you, which is probably not a place you'd even think of even looking.
Well, I feel like I do have a connection there, as like through my Egyptian past life, I was kind of crowned to be a ruler of Syria in a sense, but I never grew up. I was, I died of pneumonia, I think, or something like that as a child.
Yeah, Syria, because Syria is very advanced for its time, and that's another reason why it's been just, it's in ruins today. It had too much knowledge.
Interesting.
That would be. I feel Iran you have connections to also. Iran will bring a lot of conflict out of it, like especially how women were treated. You didn't want to be involved with that, but you did experience a lot of that type of energy.
Okay.
And that shows that there's a control that was coming in there, a reptilian control type of thing. So Iran, a lot of if you do connect to it, it's a lot of emotion.
Yeah, I've been connecting there, specifically the border of Iran and Iraq.
Yeah.
There, I'll look into Syria as well, and see if I can get any downloads from the Babylonian text.
Yeah, Syria is a lot more calmer. Babylon, you'll get something from, definitely. So, finding the text is another story. But
yeah,
Syria,
maybe just a style of writing may trigger something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Syria is a very calm vibration, though, calmer than even Babylon.
Hmm. So that would have been the way I would have led Syria down that
Yeah,
route. Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Thank you for that. For my second question, I'll just leave it open and see if there's a part of me that would like to connect and be known at this moment.
We do have a lot of connections to elephants.
Hmm. I have. I just bought an elephant crystal,
Yeah.
for my altar here.
Yeah,
It kind of called out to me.
Yeah, elephant realms. You've also been connected to kind of like a Ganesh elephant, but also been alien Syrian elephant beings too.
Very cool.
Elephant realities, and yes, think of like elephant beings like humans. There's possibly worlds where they have cars and stuff like that. They're not showing me that right now. But a lot of the elephant beings are like a kind of like a primitive world, but they have advanced technology. So, like it's more simple. Like you have Egypt, you have pyramids, but then they have weapons or hard technologies, things like that. Of course, that's just one example. But yeah, elephant realms. You've had some wars with them. Elephants and reptilians, even elephants against other elephant beings for territory. They're still going about it now. They haven't got over that. So, but elephant energies will start to probably open up to elephants and cheetahs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The cheetah are very mischievous type of beings.
Yeah.
So is the elephant too, but.
I felt that connection, and Ivan brought that to my attention a while back. I think like my first question I had for him about spirit guides, he saw a cheetah as my spirit animal.
Yeah, well, to learn from them because they outsmarted the elephants a lot of times. So
yeah, for quick thinking, on your toes. Yeah.
So elephant beings are just they're very. There's a lot of similarities to humans and elephant beings. There's they have jungles. They have they have a lot of stuff they're going through still. So just humans are helping them sort some things out, but there's still skirmishes going on.
Yeah, so it's no coincidence that I've seen more and more elephants and brought them into my life more. Yeah.
So you bring that leadership through you, that conflict, but also peace at the same time.
Right, and I guess their characteristics and personalities kind of match the way that they carry themselves here.
Some teachers act like elephants, like they kind of know everything. Of course, a lot of beings are like that. Elephants are like that too. But usually, they're pretty bulky beings. Normally.
Yeah, I'll see, like seeing tree energy for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for that. And blessings to you.
Yes. One thing about the elephants, they do judge each other by how long their trunks are. Like, it's just
it's very human. How you say they're connected to human. Yeah.
It's just something it's like gang warfare. They just either, size matters, others like anyway, they can't get over that. Yeah, just like humans, yeah.
Right. All right, very interesting. Well, thank you again. Blessings.
All right, blessings. Okay. One